A boarded up building in Chicago will soon be a 24/7 ICE processing facility. This is part of the Trump administration's expanding immigration crackdown. That's triggering protests in the Windy City today. CBS News Chicago's Darius is there.
There's a small group of protesters who say they will stay here as long as they have to. Less than 100 gathered early this morning for about 2 hours. They came to sing, chant, and make their voices heard, all while remaining peaceful outside this ICE facility that is now being called Ground Zero for the federal immigration crackdown. And that's why protesters are here pushing back.
How do you spell racist? I-C-E!
Now all eyes are on this ICE processing facility. The mayor says it will become the primary hub for federal immigration operations, running 7 days a week for at least 45 days. Activists call conditions inside inhumane, pointing to reports of people being held here for days without beds, blankets, or basic hygiene. And protests are nothing new here. This site has been at the center of demonstrations for years, including civil disobedience arrests just last week. One of the organizers we spoke to was one of those arrested.
Typically, people have been moved here on Friday mornings from 7 to 9 every week. That's been happening for decades. There's a prayer group that has appeared here every Friday for the last 12 years. I'm sure that you'll see them today, and they're fantastic. I met many of them last week.
Now, these protesters tell us they chose the time of 7 to 9 this morning because that is the usual time that ICE moves detainees in and out of the facility. Many of those who are here say they are here because they are speaking for those who are held up inside their homes, living in fear.
All right, let's bring in CBS News immigration and politics reporter Camilo Montoya-Galvez for more on this. Camilo, you reported this morning that a Navy base in Chicago could be used to accommodate federal agents ahead of a possible deployment. What can you tell us about that?
Hi, Liz. This Department of Homeland Security internal memo that we obtained here at CBS News indicates that the department is indeed planning to convert this naval station in the Chicago suburbs into a staging and command center of sorts to allow the Trump administration to conduct a major increase in immigration enforcement operations in that area of Chicago and Illinois. We are told that Homeland Security officials have already started to move in equipment and officials from ICE and Border Patrol into this naval station. And the memo does show also that the Department of Homeland Security would like the facility to be able to accommodate up to 250 federal agents from, again, ICE and Border Patrol, as well as 140 vehicles to support immigration operations targeting people suspected of being in the country illegally. We're also told that the Department of Homeland Security wants to use this base for about 30 days, which gives us some insight into the scope and time frame of this potential operation that we understand could begin as early as this weekend. Democrats are already decrying these plans by the Trump administration. Liz, let's take a listen to what Senator Tammy Duckworth of Illinois had to say.
They have been told by the facility, by Great Lakes, that they cannot bring lethal munitions, that they are only simply getting office space itself, that there are no barracks that are available for them to use. Again, I sit on the Armed Services Committee, and one of the things I wanted to emphasize was that we will not allow the diversion of taxpayer dollars that were appropriated for military readiness or military training for Great Lakes to be diverted from that mission.
And despite these concerns by Democratic lawmakers, Liz, I am told by U.S. officials that the Trump administration is moving forward with those plans to oversee a major immigration enforcement campaign in the Chicago area, again, targeting people who are suspected of being in the country illegally, who also have criminal records. But the big change now in terms of a policy difference from the previous administration under President Biden is that anyone who is found in the country illegally during these operations will be taken into custody, even if they're not the target of that operation, Liz.
And Camilo, just to clarify, you say you're hearing that these operations could begin as soon as this weekend?
That's right, yes.
Okay, Camilo Montoya-Galvez, thank you so much for that report.